All right, hey, good morning. Back at you again. Hey, this video is going to be titled, Are we going to ascend or be caught up? Okay, and what I'm referring to is, all these people that think John 3:16 is the gospel for today. So I just want to read John 3:13. That's the verse I am referring to. But I'm going to go ahead and, read some more verses for you as well, just to give you a little clarity and a little more context of what's going on here. Okay, John chapter 3, verse 13. And no man hath ascended up to heaven, but he that came down from heaven, even the Son of Man which is in heaven. Okay. And you can find that word ascend back in Isaiah chapter 14, Acts chapter 2, and Hebrews chapter 11, verse 5 to be exact. In that Hebrews, I forgot to write down the verses. I'm sorry. In Isaiah, but I'll find them and put them in the description. Okay, so if you take that verse literally, as you should, Jesus was telling Nicodemus. He says, "Hath ascended," which is past tense, right? So clearly, we see he ascended up before this point, right, where he was talking to Nicodemus. So it happened before. Jesus had ascended up before. So, and then he says, but he that came down from heaven. When was this? Well, this was at his birth. And then Jesus says, Son of Man had gone up and come down. So even the Son of Man, which is in heaven, implies that he is currently in heaven at the time that he's speaking this, right? Right then and there. And so do you know that these that these later four words have been removed from the modern perversions? Yep. Check me out. Don't let me. Hey, I'm not telling you a lie here. So you want to know why they did it? Because it explains the omnipresence of God, right? It explains that he can be in multiple places at the same time. So if you are saved, you're already seated in heavenly places right now. And that's found in Ephesians chapter 1, verse 3. So when Jesus is talking about going up and coming down in this verse, he's talking about a bodily thing in addition to a spiritual thing. So let's take a look at Acts chapter 2, and here I'm going to go flip right over there. Acts chapter 2, verse 34, with Peter talking about David. For David is not ascended into the heavens, but he saith himself, the Lord said unto my Lord, sit thou on my right hand. And in verse 35, he says, until I make thy foes thy footstool. So David did not ascend. Jesus Christ said, no man hath ascended. So let's flip on over to Hebrews chapter 11, verse 5. And let's see if Enoch ascended as many claim today. Let's read the verse. By faith Enoch was translated that he should not see death, and was not found because God had translated him. For before his translation he had this testimony that he pleased God. So we can clearly read that Enoch was translated. He had this testimony. So what does that mean then, that Enoch was translated? So it means that Enoch was caught up. Now what about Moses? He was taken up after he was dead. It's Jude 1:9. Yet Michael the archangel, when contending with the devil, he disputed about the body of Moses, durst not bring against him a railing accusation, but said, the Lord rebuke thee. So Elijah did not ascend. He was caught up in a whirlwind. And that's found in 2 Kings chapter 2, verse 11. So the word ascend must mean something more than just going up. So now let's turn to Isaiah chapter 14, verses 12 through 14. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down the ground, which didst weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Then in verse 15 clearly says, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pits. Okay, and then verse 13 clearly shows that ascend means to go up in your own power. And only Jesus Christ did that. I'm sorry. However, Satan says he will ascend, but we all know that will never happen. This dude is a straight bum, Satan, who is who I'm referring to. So in conclusion, there's only one who ascended, and that's Jesus Christ. If you're a saved member of the body of Christ, you will be caught up to meet the Lord in the air, right? In the clouds. 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verses 13 to 18, 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verses 51 through 52, and Titus chapter 2, verse 13. All right, grace and peace to you guys.